Howdy folks, welcome to the Pipe Lounge. It is that time to give an update on my proximal row carpectomy progress. As of today, I have 5 days left in this cast, and it has been a journey. I have tried not to complain. My wife, who is videotaping this right now, would probably agree a little bit.
I'm gonna keep my mouth closed for now.
That's not complaining. But I am going to give a little update on how we're doing here. I am, like I said, 5 days away. I have no pain to do this. I have discomfort now. I'm still having some twinges right here because, you know, there's a bone they took out in there. Right here, because I get a lot more range of motion with that pinky. Over here on my thumb, I can't move it much, so you know I can't really give you a good description of the pain level, but still nothing major. I can tell that I can move my fingers back further, so that means I'm getting a little bit of this going on inside the cast. When the nurse put the cast on, she said you cannot hurt your hand. So I have been working very, very diligently to keep this motion up. I mean, I'm even, you know, trying to squeeze. I'm doing this number inside the cast, moving it all I can. Now for the bad part. Itching. Of course, everybody's ever had a cast. This is my first cast. Talked about the itching, and it can be kind of very irritating to me. I have hairy arms, and the hair on my arms will get pulled. Everybody said, well, just take you a coat hanger and run down in there. I ain't gonna do that. But a Sharpie pen with the cap on it, oh, it just works wonders. No chance of scratching. Because see, I got an incision right there. I can actually sometimes feel the tape on the incision still. So this Sharpie pen works great. Also, I've had issues with pressure points as my hand has been swelling and, you know, shrinking. But somewhere right in here, there was no incisions made there. I mean, you go back and look at my other videos, there's nothing there. But I have a pressure point there. And after 10 hours of work, my hand will swell. This pen right here, I can push it up in there like that, kind of get pressure off that pressure point. Makes it feel better. The absolute worst thing right now is sweat. When I sweat, which I do very well, the inside of this cast feels like I have poured Karo syrup, and it is sticking to every molecule of skin that I have. That by far has been the worst thing to deal with. If you're contemplating this surgery, it's just something you got to deal with. My doctor assures me that by the first of next year, I'm going to be glad I did this, and you will be in the loop. That's how things go. So a pen works great, and also you can do that to kind of keep your, I have this tendency of, I find myself like this, and I'm sweating in here, and it just drives me crazy. So sometimes I'll do that. Boom. My attire today are Liberty.
Sorry,
Oh,
I had to get
yeah,
Cooper in
yeah.
the...
My attire today is Liberty overalls. Now, I work in manufacturing, so you know I've been back to work since my 2 weeks off with the surgery. All right, going to the bathroom. Zippers, buttons were a no-no for quite some time. Overalls was the only thing I could figure out that would work. They're just full of pockets. So I have some keys up here. I have 2 sets of keys. I know people don't do this, but I have a set of keys that carry in this pocket, and then I have my truck keys carrying this pocket. So I can't get a hand in there trying to reach across, so I put my keys up here. Now, another pocket, I'm gonna use my wallet as an example. My phone, which is being used right now, goes in there. And of course, then I have a pocket knife I clip on the side. So all this stuff has worked out very well for me being able to dress myself, get to work, and you know, if I need to, you know, go to the restroom, you know, I can disrobed, for lack of a better way to describe it, and re-robed without having to get a buddy of mine to come in and help me out, which would have been very important, impersonal and embarrassing. So that's the clothes. Oh, here's a phone. So your phone just fits right down in there. Great. And you hear it ring, everything else. Now then, one thing I have found to be very helpful at work and at home, and even with the sticky, tacky feeling, is just a piece of paper towel or a wadded up piece of notebook paper to keep you from clenching down. I mean, it don't hurt to clench down, but it just creates a sweat point is what I'm calling it, a tacky point. That works good. Now, bathing has been a chore. This is my sleeve, we're gonna call it right now. But this has kept my hand dry through the surgical splint and the cast. My bride got this off of Amazon, eBay. Amazon. eBay don't do stuff. But you bring it up here and it seals up real good again your muscle, biceps, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And so far I haven't got any water on anything. It's impossible to hold something. You can't really bathe with it. So my bride has had to assist me in this side of my body. Just my arm and this side of my body, my back. Everything else I can handle it. Shampooing my hair, stuff like that. Shaving has been kind of fun. It's a two-person job sometimes. But, you know, hey, I do it. And now, my shoes. I work in a machine shop. I've been wearing steel-toed boots, it seems like all my life. And I wear the ones that come up, you know, to here on you to help support your ankles. There's 8 inches of laces that's got to be laced up, okay? You know, you can't lace nothing if you can't get this finger and that thumb together. So, tennis shoes, once again, laced up. But for years and years, I've been taking my tennis shoes off and putting them back on without tying them, slipping them on and off. Now, you can buy slip-on shoes for like $80, but I wasn't gonna spend $80. So while I was at Tractor Supply getting my overalls, I saw this shoehorn. Now this, I'm sure everybody's probably seen one about that long. Well, this one is an extended reach. So my wife will come around here so she can actually demonstrate, or I can demonstrate, because you know you can put one shoe on pretty easy, but what you have to do, and this is not a good chair to do this in, I just found out. Boom, that simple. Yep, that simple. So that's how I've been making things work for the last, what, 7 weeks? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 7 weeks. So now we're gonna go to a little video of me and my wife together. But this is how I've made things work. And so far it has worked. Oh, dry skin, nasty. Anyway, so they'll be. We'll be right back, and my beautiful bride will be in the frame with me. Ta-da! We're back. And I got the pretty one with me now. So yes, my wife has had to take a lot of care of me. This would have been very, very difficult without her nursing abilities and
I'm not a very good nurse.
unless it's for one of these little rugrats right here.
Yeah.
Especially this one, the brat.
She's not a brat.
But we've had to adapt some. I mean, and this whole journey has given me great respect for people who have had to deal with disabilities throughout their lives. Mm-hmm. I mean, like I said, this is week number 6, and if you're thinking about having the surgery, don't put off having it because of some of the negative things. I wanted everybody to know what I was going through, because I couldn't find a video like this on YouTube to describe, you know, things that was going to be going through, obstacles such as bathing, putting your shoes on, trying to put clothes on.
Well, you just figure it out and you find a way that to make it work. I mean, and really you just, 8 weeks, I don't want to say downtime, but where you can't do things that you would normally do. But I mean, what's 8 weeks compared to, pain and suffering for the rest of your life? Jeff was talking about wearing the overalls, but he can wear jeans.
Yeah, it took me 2 weeks of overall use before I got to where I could.
But I mean, we worked on it, together to figure out how he could, pull up his zipper and do that button. And he can do it. I mean, he's kind of slow about it, but he can still do it. And buttoning
Fastening
up a shirt, a shirt with all the buttons. He can do it, but it's slow. It's easier for me just to and get it done. So, you just find a way, like with the shoehorn. I mean, that was very clever. I wouldn't have thought of anything like that. I was thinking just buy some slip-on shoes and be done with it. But, he was, you just figure out a way and adapt. Just
eating. Trying to chase something around a plate with a fork or a spoon. It's almost like it's alive again. You're trying to, yeah.
I think if you would have had your thumb out of the cast, because the thumb is still in the cast, he would have been able to do a little bit more, but.
And once again, I think this is because I had a bone spur that was removed as well. I don't know, because the videos I have seen on YouTube, a lot of people, their thumb is just like this. I mean, it's active, so.
And there's not, I mean, really, some of the things he's just mentioned, it's not that it's negative, it's just some things that you have to deal with, some things to think about. And like I said, it's really just 8 weeks of an inconvenience. Yes, the cast is itching and it's hot and sweaty. I definitely recommend planning the surgery in the cooler months, because if he had to do this in the summertime, I mean, he would really be miserable and complaining, and we would both be miserable. And, he's done pretty good and had a pretty good attitude. Just the last few days, he's just tired of it. He wants it off. He's ready to get it off. It's starting to just.
Well, we had a few days in the shop where it got real warm too, and it's just uncomfortable. I understand now. Well, I have a understanding how she said she was uncomfortable when in the last few weeks of pregnancy. There's no comfort. I mean, it's just something that's there, and no matter what kind of pencil you try to stick in it, or I've even wrapped it in ice, and ice helps a little bit.
I wasn't trying to stick no pencil and trying to be comfortable being pregnant.
I'm talking about discomfort.
I know, but I don't think you should compare that to pregnancy.
Said I understand.
Any woman listening that's had children is going to be like, what? Go ahead, bash him in the comments. I've had 3. I know.
Being in an uncomfortable state is what I was trying to say.
Okay.
So, it's just, so I don't want anybody to, say, I don't know if I want to go through this, but, I put it off way too long. And
definitely get it done as soon as possible. Because the older you get, I mean, you're going to have, there's probably going to be arthritis in there. I mean, that's just, the facts. Mm-hmm. There probably will be, and I think even your doctor might have mentioned
bone spur. That was something, if I'd got it taken care of sooner, that wouldn't have happened.
Exactly.
Oh, and by the way, if you have any type of disability insurance, find out prior to your adventure into the proximal carpectomy world what you have to do to have disability pay.
Short-term disability.
Short-term disability, accident disability, anything, any type of insurance you have that you think might be beneficial.
Supplemental insurance.
Yes, you get a hold on that. Understand it well, because there was some of it we didn't get a good grasp on until it was drawn out real plain to us after the fact.
He could have got some time off, some extra, pay or money for the accident and for short-term disability and physical therapy, and now he's not. But it was just, I think, you know, our lack of knowledge and possibly
something we didn't think about going into it. I mean, my medical insurance, it has done fine.
Yeah, now, we're not talking about medical health insurance. This is supplemental if you have it.
Yeah,
you
so
better check into it and act on it, because all the money that you're paying for it.
Yeah. If there's anything, any letters and I's and stuff like that need to be crossed and dotted, do it prior to the surgery. That way it don't.
Well, and we did do that, but
we didn't do it thoroughly enough. We didn't understand one little phrase.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to knock whoever.
We're
whatever,
not. Yeah, we're not going to go.
Something to be aware of.
Yeah, just pay attention to that. So.
And sleeping is still better if I lay it up on me like that. I can go to sleep pretty easily. So, you know, last Sunday, come home from church and I put it up on the back of my recliner, and when I fell asleep, it woke me up. So
so be careful about hitting your
yeah,
head.
and I tried to blow the horn on the forklift at work the other day. I hit it. That didn't feel good. But overall, like I said, this minor pain.
Right,
yeah.
And this is in no way a discouragement for anybody to get it. I mean, he still has, you know, he gets the cast off and starts physical therapy immediately, and I'm sure there'll be a video about that. And yeah, there's going to be some pain and discomfort with that, and he knows that. We know that. But I mean, as far as this process, I mean, it's not been that bad. It could be a lot worse. So it's just, you know, you're just tired of the cast.
And if it's your dominant hand, everything has just been has just compounded exponentially as to what you're going to have to learn how to do. I mean, brushing your teeth, shaving, combing your hair, feeding yourself, other bodily functions that you must take care of. So this is stuff that you really have to take into consideration before they start cutting them.
Yeah, just think about it, make a plan. You know. So.
Well, do you have anything else that you want to say?
I don't think so. I mean, I think, you know.
Because we've taken up these good people's time.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're still here, give me a like. You know, hit that notification bell so you'll keep, because like I said, I'm gonna keep posting. Like I said, the next thing will be cutting the cast off and therapy. And hopefully in a month or 2 or 3, there'll be a video showing things that I can do that it used to be very painful to do. Yeah. That'll be when it's all wrapped up. When I get to the point where I can go and chamber a gun, push a lawn. I mean, even pushing a lawnmower hurt. So, but there'll be a lot of things that I'll show you, hopefully, that I can do now, do then with no pain that used to be painful. So, with that being said, we're going to get on off here. So, good Lord willing.
And the creek don't rise.
That's from 2 grumpy old farmers or something like that. And the creek don't rise. That's what the guy said. Anyway. Good Lord willing. Good Lord willing.
And the creek don't rise.
That sounds like right there, baby. We're going to get on off here. Jeff Eubanks, like I said, give me a like and hit that notification bell so you can keep it. Oh, subscribe. I'm sorry. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. So we'll see y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.